Yo, what's up, chat? Today, you know, another rant video. What's good with it? Um, I just kind of want to talk about why I think people should start investing on iPods, right? Yeah. Quick little backstory, right? You know, everyone has heard of Apple. Who hasn't, right? They're the powerhouse of modern technology. But one thing they did right in the past is the iPod series. The first, second, third, fourth, sixth, seventh, sixth, seven, sixth, seventh, eighth generations of iPods. I think. Um, they did those very well. Like they did those things very, very well. Now, I'm not here to praise the iPod. We know they're amazing, this and that. They're MP3 players. And well, necessarily you don't have to spend money on an iPod, really. Anything can be an MP3 player. Like, I have an iPod myself, but I also have this phone right here, an old phone that I don't use anymore, as well an MP3 player, because the iPod sometimes doesn't work well. But that's not the problem. You see, the reason why I think everyone should invest on an iPod, or realistically an MP3 player of sorts, is because music services nowadays are really, really bad. Like, are stupidly bad. Spotify, they brought up the prices for their music. Apple Music, it's always been ass. I don't care what you say. But the audio quality is the audio quality is top tier. Oh my god. See, that's how bad Apple Music. It's making me yawn. Um, it's just bad, right? Spotify, sure, Spotify Wrapped, but then there's one person that actually I saw on a reel that actually summarized Spotify Wrapped pretty well. People are waiting for results for the music they listen to that they've listened to all year. In other words, people are kind of waiting on numbers that they put on an app, on a song, on an artist all throughout the year, and just seeing that on like on a fancy graphic design saying, "Oh, you listen to this artist for a amount of hours." Gang, you don't really need that. You can just kind of feel when you listen to an artist. Like, I don't need Spotify to tell me how many hours I've put into Radiohead. I know how many hours I put into Radiohead. Countless hours, right? That's pretty good enough because I like the band. I don't need a fancy graphic design API thing telling me, "Oh yeah, well, you listen to the song 32,000 hours." um, you're supposed to know that because you listen to the song 32,000 hours worth of your time. So it's like you're already expecting that. So it's like, oh my god. Right? And I'm not gonna die and deny here. I used to be the same. I used to listen to very specific artists so I can get a fancy graphic design thing telling me that I listened to the Smiths for 3 months, and this was the chosen song that I used to listen to. Right? I did that. I later found out that I was a one. Oh my god! Mind you, it's only 2:42 a.m. Um, but yeah, I was the one who was doing that. Like, no one was really forcing me to do it. I was doing it out of my own accord. So I just realized, and I specifically realized it when my friend who gave me the iPod. I was like, oh, my own music. I that's cool. It's just music. That's it. It's just song that you drag and drop in there, and yeah, that's literally all it is. Just you just drag and drop songs that you install. Well, that you get. I don't know how you guys get them. I know how I get them. I don't know how you guys could get them, but I know how I get them. But that I drag and drop and put in that thing, right? And it's pretty cool. I like it. And honestly, it's just a niche like little thing I just like. It's pretty cool. and it's something like it's something physical, right? And at least for me, it gets me less screen hour time because like I spend because back when I was in high school, I would listen to music obviously on the train, but then pulling out my phone, changing the song, and then it would obviously kind of sometimes would lead me into Instagram or TikTok, whatever, and I would just like doom scroll while I'm listening to music. Oh my god! Wake up. Um, and honestly, that's a distraction for me because like I'm trying to listen to music. I'm not trying to watch TikTok. And sometimes, I'm not even kidding, I would pause my own music just to watch TikTok. So then, and once I realized my time, like my screen time, that I realized like that's really bad. So when my friend gave me the iPod, I was like, "That's pretty cool. I'll get less hours, less screen time, and I think that's pretty cool." And yeah, I think everyone should invest in an iPod. It's just a cool little thing, and it's kind of like you can kind of pass it down. You know what I mean? Like that's literally how I got it because my friend's parents had it back when they were younger, and throughout the years they took care of it, this and that, and then they passed it on to my friend, and then my friend gave one of them for me. They gave it to me, and it's this cool little thing you can pass on to like family members or maybe you share with your girlfriend if you guys have it. Oh, if you guys have any girlfriends, you can let them have a little bit of your music taste, and you can guys share, and you don't have to pay for a shared account because did you guys know that's almost 30 freaking dollars just to have a share account? No, thank you. I'll be just dragging and dropping on a physical device that music that I. Oh, by the way, you don't own what you buy, right? You don't own it. The songs that you have there, oh, they're not yours, obviously, because right. If one day Spotify was like, well, we see that you like this song, we're gonna get rid of it because it doesn't comply with they invent some bullshit, it doesn't comply with the rules, this and that. It's not yours anymore. It's off your playlist. But it's like it's my playlist. It was an essential part of my playlist. But they got rid of it because the song is not yours. Meanwhile, on an iPod, you drag the thing onto the thing. You drag the songs onto the iPod, and they're there. They're there until your iPod breaks, your hard drive gets corrupted, or you just stop using it. But it's there. Like the ones and zeros of that song is on that thing, and you'll never lose it. They'll never take it from you, and it's yours forever. So, yeah, MP3 players are cool. Now there are some that are expensive, but honestly, the one I really really want to get, if you guys played any Persona 3, and you look at Yuki from Persona 3, the main character, he has like this dangling chain with like a stick thing. I found it. It's a Sony Walkman MP3 player. I forgot the specific model, but it's one of those. I really want to get one of those. The only problem is that trying to get it to set up with modern software or hardware, it's kind of hard because Sony does this little thing called where they don't fucking support their latest devices onto like old devices because they kind of want to forget the past and make you buy the latest Walkman, which is around $300 by the way. So, yeah, but long story short, buy an MP3 player, install your music from YouTube, and do whatever the hell you want with it. What do you know? And maybe even bring ladies to your account because like I said, you can share that with anyone. Of course, as long as you trust them. Don't give it to like little Timmy over there and the motherfucker drops in the water and like now it's fucked. So definitely MP3s players are like the best, right? So yeah.